Hey y'all, welcome back. So this weekend I went to the Indie Polish and Beauty Expo in Chicago, and this is the package of nail polish that found its way into my suitcase to fly home. So there are almost 40 bottles of nail polish in here. I thought I would show y'all how I packed in case you're flying with this much nail polish in the future. And you can maybe test this method out because it worked, nothing broke, and it really was not that cumbersome to bring home. So this is a compression packing cube. These are incredibly easy to find. I got a package of them off Amazon. First thing I'm going to do is decompress the packing cube. All right. So when I left, I had this entire thing packed full of bubble wrap. I didn't depend on anyone else to have bubble wrap for me. I just went ahead and took my own because I knew I was going to need it. And it saved space in my suitcase to bring this back because I am a notorious overpacker and I was really trying to eliminate that on this trip. All right, so we are down to the layers of bubble wrap that actually contain nail polish. How do I do this without making it an auditory nightmare? So every polish was also packed in a smaller piece of bubble wrap. And for larger bags, I packed them edge to edge to edge like this so that there was no jiggling in the bubble wrap, because that's what causes things to break, is when they're moving against each other. Kind of like this. I think y'all can see that. And then some of these I had to roll together, but again, I made sure there was bubble wrap between each layer of nail polish. Excuse you, sir. This is my, say hello. No? This is my cat. This is Loki. His favorite thing in the world is bubble wrap. So he is here trying to get his paws on some bubble wrap. Yeah, you trying to do that? Yes, he loves his bubble wrap. You goofball. You're a goofball. He likes to get in and like chew and pop the bubbles. He is a special cat. The ironic part is that none of my other dalliances into using this bubble wrap have emitted that kind of a reaction. So yeah, when I left for Chicago, I just had this bag full, and then I compressed it so it didn't take up a lot of space, but it saved enough for packaging the bubble wrap and tightly compressing it. And I put it in the very bottom of my suitcase with my clothing and stuff on top of it so that everything was well packed and nothing jiggled and nothing broke. I am so pleased. All right, now that you've seen how I packed all of this nail polish, let's talk about the nail polish itself. There's a lot of it. I'm gonna get it sorted into brands and then we will swatch them. If you are unfamiliar with the Indie Polish and Beauty Expo, it is an annual event held in Tinley Park at the Convention Center in Chicago. This is the program. It's mostly coupons for like sales that brands are going to have after the event. So there are, you know, uses for it afterwards. But in the back, you've also got a shopping list so that you can go through and figure out what you want. Truth be told, I go with the list that I've compiled over Instagram, Facebook, through the various channels that we get to see the previews. And there's a lot of them. They are actually a little bit overwhelming. But I do hang on to this. I did swatch all of my nail polishes in the back, but we're gonna do them all on swatch cards today, which I'm excited about. So some of the little trinkets and stuff that I got from the expo itself, I got a goodie bag that had, excuse you, a magnetic cat paw, which is adorable and I will hang on to and I will use it. These things are for opening beverage cans. I don't use these. I usually will just use the tip of a butter knife or whatever I have on hand. I've also learned to do it with like the side of my finger instead of my nail, but my nails are pretty short right now, so it's not a big deal. Things that also came are this beautiful holographic sticker, and they always give a pin. I never know what to do with these because I love pins. I love collecting them, but I don't put them on things. So that's all the stuff that came from the expo. And then from Tyler's Trinkets, I bought some nail polish, and this bag came with like a $30 purchase. I also found these really cool rainbow butterfly earrings that are just, they're gorgeous. They're lightweight. I think they're 3D printed or they're acrylic. They're really beautiful. And then they also had these little gizmos, which are holders for a bottle of nail polish. I think it's clever. I don't necessarily, oh, it goes this way. I don't necessarily know if it's something that's necessary in life, but it's cute and I like it. And it was one of a kind. You find at a lot of these events that you see similar accoutrement, but Tyler's Trinkets had it down. So we're going to clear this stuff away and I'm going to get the nail polishes out and we're going to go through everything I bought. All right, y'all can't see my table because I'm zoomed in pretty tight, but there's a lot of nail polish on this table. So I have here some remaining swatch cards. I've opened a bunch of these and we're just gonna go. I think I'll show you the label and then we'll do the swatch. This is Over the Rainbow from Tyler's Trinkets. It is a stunning linear hollow. Prismatic, also from Tyler's Trinkets. This is a blackened plum. And honestly, I don't think it needs a second coat. Jewel of the Nail, I'm a Topper. So this was given to me by the actual owner of the brand, who I just ended up sitting at a table with. And And I really like this topper. It's cool. It's unlike anything else I own. This is another Jewel of the Nail. This is Duffel Coat. I don't usually tend to go for blues that are this bright. I tend to like my muck. Muck. But this is pretty, and I do see occasions, and I love starting with a bright color and then building muck on top of it. So this is SHP. I'm not sure what SHP stands for. I'm pretty sure I picked this up at Polish Pickup. This is Hydro Reflective. It does remind me of the other Tyler trinkets, but it's not as thick and it's a little bit more blue. It's not as opaque. It's got a little bit more of a blue to it. This is the other SHP polish. This is a Montague Our Foe. I'm curious what else was in this collection that seems to have been inspired by Romeo and Juliet. All right. Penelope Lux. I have no idea how to say that. I'm guessing it's Murden. It's a Polish Pickup exclusive. Also from Penelope Lux, Mystic Night, which was a PBE VIP. So I'm guessing this one is an overpour that went into the VIP bags. And I ended up with one. I don't remember how many of these I purchased versus what was in my goodie bag, because you open the bag and then you immediately start trading. Phoenix. This is Eclipse. This is also from Phoenix. This is called Feel So Close. It's another topper. It's a really unique topper. I then have 3 from Swamp Gloss. This one is called Rebellions Are Built on Hope. They had one that I really wanted, but it sold out. They did this whole Star Wars collection, which was super cute. This one is I Wear Regular Women's Panties. I don't know what that's from. It is obviously alluding to an element of pop culture, but I don't know what it is. And I'm not going to Google it. I'm going to come back around and do a second coat once I get all the way around the wheel. And Swamp Gloss, Scrump. I finally figured it out. Scrump is Lilo's doll in Lilo and Stitch, which makes me like this polish all the more. I love Lilo and Stitch. It really is a property, it's an IP that I really identify with. And all of a sudden, as soon as I realized I liked Stitch, everybody else realized they liked Stitch too. All right, we're We're gonna do Danglefoot next. I love this brand. They are probably one of my favorite indie polish brands. This is Shadow of the Day. This is a thermal. So what we're not seeing here are any of the special effects, whether or not they're magnetic, they're thermal. We're just getting the color. Let your power shine. Speed Force. This is one that was on my list of polishes that I wanted to get because it's very much similar to Let Your Power Shine, but it's a little more sheer. So it'll be fun to layer. I guess I'll have to start doing my nails again. Emotional Fluffer. Whatever you say, babe. And I honestly think this is my favorite nail polish that I got at the event. It's so pretty. It's this gorgeous, rich, rosy brown, which I love in my makeup. So why wouldn't I love it in my nail polish? Okay, I'm gonna go around and do a second coat, and you'll be able to get a better idea of what these look like. All right, that is the first batch. We've got more to go, but oh my goodness, aren't these gorgeous? They're just so pretty. And swatching them is really going to imprint the polish in my mind palace. So I know that when I want this gorgeous rosy red, it's Emotional Fluffer by Danglefoot. So I'm going to keep these swatch cards with my nail polish so that I have some frame of reference as to what they look like when used. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep chugging along. All right, we're going to start with some of the bigger collections. I have 3 to 4. One brand I have 7 from, which just feels like a lot. But I was not terribly discerning. I kind of went into a fugue state. So Cleona Cosmetics, Buzz. Cleona Synesthesia. Tea Light. think I'm going the opposite direction. You know what? We'll just flip these. And solar friction. All right, moving along to sweet and sour lacquer, Gold Coast. Sweet and sour Windy City Magic. A lot of these polishes are named after Chicago because the event is held in Chicago, and exclusives. It's fun to have them named after the locale of the event. All right, sweet and sour lacquer again. Cheers to Chicago. I did have a conversation with the owner of Sweet and Sour about not being able to read their labels. And I just suggested that she get another colorway of her labels printed so that they actually stand out against the flakies, especially this one. You can see it has gold flakes in it, but the label is harder to read. Tinley Park Thrill. Midnight Madness number 5, again from Sweet and Sour. Lose the Blues, also from Sweet and Sour. Ooh, this would be interesting to layer over Opera 8 by Cleona. Sweet and Sour, Windy City Skyline. Some of these are a little messier than others. I'm going to have to go over my table with some acetone. All right, moving on to Sassy Sauce. We have Fierce Mojo. We love some Fierce Mojo. Wiener Circle. I could not leave it there. I mean, it was on my list of polishes that I actually wanted to pick up. And the name cracks me up. I know it's a Chicago reference. I find it funny. Because it says Wiener. And I have the maturity of a 12-year-old. All right, Sassy Sauce. Glow Sucker. I feel like this is one that glows in the dark. That was a big thing this year. Were glow in the dark polishes. And I'm like, I don't know about you, but I don't really want to wake up in the middle of the night, reach for my cup of water, and end up seeing my just disembodied nails floating in the air. That's not what I want. All right, we are done with Sassy Sauce. We're moving on to some of the one-ups. So this is Victorian Varnish. I've never actually gotten through their line. It's always so long, and their table is overwhelming. They have so much. This is Gearing Up for Shell Apparition. This is a PBE VIP polish, so I'm willing to bet someone put it in the Trading Wenches basket. Seriously, she was amazing. She was going around dressed like a pirate wench, And she had a little tray attached to her waist. And if you did not like one of your polishes, you could drop them in her basket and trade them out for something else. This is Pinnacle Isle Royale. A lot of brands had like a gift with every purchase or mystery purchases. You know, I bought a couple $4 mystery nail polishes that I ended up not loving, but I traded them for other stuff. All right. Lynn B Designs Leaf Me Petrified. This is cool. I like this polish a lot. It's grungy, it's gray, it's got some really nice green tones to it. It's got muck. It's got a muck. All right, so that is our next batch of polishes. I'm going to go around and do another layer, and then you'll get to see what they look like with 2 coats of polish. So here is the second round of polish swatches. I got a little confused coming back here because there's these deep like plummy black jellies, and I confused them. But I think this is pretty accurate. They're all really pretty, and I want to put them all on my nails right now. All right, one more card to swatch. I have 5 more polishes. We're going to do that, and then we will wrap it up. All right, we're going to start with Garden Path Lacquer. This is We Never Lie About Bunny's Bunny. I don't know what that's a reference to, but I think it's adorable. This one I got pressured into buying because there was only one left on the table. And I knew that I would use it because it's so pretty. Atomic Polish Sundog. Does it look familiar to other things I have? Yes, indeedy. Am I regretting it? Nope. Watcha Indie Polish. I think this was a polish pickup. Nightshade. Because it's gloomy green Ooh, I like it. Kind of this gloomy sage. Damn. How do I unread this? I like how opaque that polish is. And then KB Shimmer, Sip Back and Relax. That one's really thick and rich too. I really like these. Let these sit a moment and then I'll do a second coat and we will wrap it up. All right, y'all. Those are all of the polishes that I picked up. This will be my last year attending the Indie Polish and Beauty Expo. It's been a lot of fun, but I had hoped that we would have more on the beauty side and less on the nail side. And I am now up to over 100 bottles of nail polish. I need to stop. I need to use and enjoy what I have, possibly go through some declutters. I know I have a bunch here that are similar. I did actually swatch my entire nail polish collection before I left on these little swatch cards, and I didn't take them out to compare them to anything I bought because I just didn't. I went into a magpie fugue state and had no idea what I was doing. And it was fun. It was great fun. But I think I'm done for the foreseeable future as far as buying this much nail polish at once. I might pick up a bottle here and there. I have at least 4, maybe 5 coming from Cleona yet. So I will swatch those when they come. That will do it for this wrap-up video about my PB&E experience. If you have been to other nail conventions, beauty conventions, let me know your experiences down below. If you have a favorite polish here, let me know that too. I've already gotten a couple messages through Facebook, people wondering what my polishes were in the beauty group. Thank you for joining me today. If I did not introduce myself, my name is Rachel. I'm an artist. I am also neurodivergent. I'm disabled, and I look at beauty through that scope. I hope y'all are taking care of yourself so you can take care of each other, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye, friends. Look at the shinies. Look at all the pretty shinies that really aren't in focus. just gratuitous nail polish. Yeah.